Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and today we're going to work on Concealed Void Master difficulty. I'm going to see if I can get a flawless one in here for you guys with medium loadout. This is July 27th, so we're seeing chests today. If you guys see this about 14 days from now, probably while I'm on vacation, it'll be a different reward. So a couple different videos there, but sorry, went a little fast. We've got Barrier and Overload champions. Barriers, of course, servitors. Overload's going to be captains. Your master modifiers is chaff, which is not so bad. It's just radar. Pretty much everything is in front of you anyway, so just, keep your eyes open. I'll tell you what to look for. Burn is solar, so we'll match our heavy to that. We do not actually have arc damage. So you've got a couple ways to handle the requirement for arc, which is good. You are still going to have a solar shielded shank, and you're going to have the void enemies in the end. So I'm running with Royal Chase. This is from the Season of the Hunt. If you got Gnawing Hunger, it's a decent auto rifle with some pretty good rolls on it. But the Void weapon for the final room is good, so you can slowly work down the servitor's health that will every so often spawn depending on how long it takes you to kill the boss. For a heavy, I'm actually running Linear Fusion Rifle. Just been goofing around with those a little bit lately. If you got rocket launchers, those are good. Heavy machine guns, less appealing. Grenade launcher is going to be pretty solid. Sword is probably not that appealing because the things that you're going to want to kill are either floating in the air, going to kill you by the time you get over there, and the boss is definitely going to smash you. So something at range. Linear fusion, grenade launcher, rocket launcher. To help your ammo drops, scavengers, reserves, all of those things are going to help ammo finder. You are going to have a good amount of arc damage coming at you. So the priority for resistance, I would say arc first, just for the whole thing. Solar second, because the boss and some of the captains definitely hurt. Void, there's not a lot of void damage coming at you, so I don't think that one's going to benefit you that much. I am running Protective Light, so if you've got this one, definitely throw it on there. Not required, because I don't even know how often I break enough shields to get this thing to pop up, but it doesn't hurt. Since we're not running a grenade launcher as well, we have no overload captains, and I'm not running a heavy, I'm running Sundering Blast, which actually works for what I'm working with. I'm going to switch over to Energy Accelerant just because my scout rifle has Dragonfly. And if I'm not going to be going arc, because I don't have to because I just got done running it, then I don't need the surge detonators for the arc overloads. Now, if you do want to run arc so your arc grenades can stun those overload captains, feel free. It's not a bad way to have a backup in case your ammo goes out, something weird or funky. But the Sundering Blast, every time you stun a champion, you get an explosion, which is helpful for the barriers because they're usually surrounded by enemies. So if you can ever actually stun them, does some good. But with these two in here, I'm going to switch over to a different subclass. I'm going to probably bump this one up to get my stats not too shabby. And now, because there's normally an arc captain somewhere in the middle, you don't have that anymore. And as the burn is solar, I'm definitely going to go solar damage here. Either go fusion grenade so I can attach a grenade theoretically. The thermite wave is great to get that wave damage on enemies. Whatever grenade works for your subclass, though. I typically try not to run an exotic, be it weapon or armor, and I try not to use my super, but again, your grenades are still going to be beneficial. So, that pretty much covers everything, and we can jump inside. Hopefully this goes smoothly. That's the goal, is the flawless. We'll see if it happens. All right, I think this is take 6. Here we go. Outtakes at the end, by the way. All right, so when you start, you're going to have some champions that kick off pretty quickly in the spawns. But for now, if you can kill some of these ads from back here, it might make your life a little easier. Before the champions get into it. There's the champions. I think it's like if you move the champion spawn. Doesn't take long. So it's a barrier servitor and an overload captain. Barrier is the more annoying here, to be completely honest, much worse. Especially if it starts shielding the captain, which could happen quick, but you saw it around the corner, so I got lucky that it did not ruin all the fun for the captain. Now, I've been unlucky. They're giving me some outtakes for that part, though. Now it's shielding everything. It's like, oh, he's here in the mix? So it's this weird balance of here's a small confined room, here's a barrier servitor that's going to shield everything that you want to hit, and you can't damage anything because you can't get to it without dying. And you're by yourself, and that's the only way to get an exotic. So if you wonder why some people do not like these things, this is why. And on top of that, you're going to have 2 Vandals over there, but let's take care of those first. The Vandals themselves, their little tracer shots hurt. Every so often, they will peek out. They're just somewhat hard to kill. I swear sometimes it's just worth, like, vaporizing them with one of these shots. And you gotta, like, creep up a little to get them to walk out. Come on. Once again, coaxing the Jurassic Park dinosaur. Come on, then. Come on. See, it's so many tracer shots. It's ridiculous. The only problem is around this corner I have a heavy shank and I have a barrier servitor, and they are a bad combo to have together. I've got heavy ammo over there. That's not a bad thing. Dude, if I got heavy ammo over there, I'm just deleting this guy when I see him. Hello? Hey, I'm over here. Oh yeah, now you peek out when I can't do anything to you. Bye. Deleted. Alright, now, the barrier servitor is weird. If it's down below like that, you can damage it, and it won't actually pop its shield. But as soon as it pops up, it's going to pop its shield back up. Just like there we go. Now, this is about the best place for you to see it. If you see it over here, just kill it fast. Because it's going to pop its shield so quickly. Where'd it go? Oh my god, where'd it go? Is it dead? Okay. I killed it and I didn't know it. That's... Oh, this is fun. Hey, bud. I'm going to see if a grenade will kill you. How about that? Maybe you'll burn to death. And that's a wrap. Alright, that is not what I would recommend. But if you can get the barrier servitor on that platform over there, you'll get a decent shot at it. It's worth unloading your heavy ammo to do so. I'm lucky I've got some to pick up. I've been very unlucky with the heavy. And once you go under this thing, you're going to get a lot of stuff to spawn, so don't go too far. A lot of stuff will spawn. There's your barrier. You're going to have a lot of shanks hanging out. Try and focus on all the adds that you can from here without anything too much else coming at you. You're back here. The shanks will be usually fairly available. You're going to have some dregs to kill. You can crouch if anything is invisible. Normally that barrier servitor is way off to the left, so that's not quite normal. I'm going to leave him alone for now because he's usually not even available. I'm going to shoot that guy in the toe. Cool. Your barrier servitor's over there. You got some dregs below him. You'll have some shanks roaming around. You're going to have this overload captive. Now, joys of a linear fusion rifle. I can actually stun him. I can put some damage in. I have this weird enjoyment for... So he died. The linear fusion rifle's actually having some benefit right now. I'm kind of cracking up that I'm getting use out of this thing. Is it the best? No. But is it actually getting some use? Yeah. Now, if you ever see a shank that you can shoot that is unshielded, try to make sure you keep that on it. But that barrier servitor is definitely going to be a thing. There we go. Now, if you get it far away, you might get a chance to shoot some things. Now, if you creep up a little bit, you should have some dregs over here. Yep. They hadn't died previously. And use your cover where you got it. Now, the problem with killing the barrier servitor over here, if you actually get a chance to kill it over here and it stuns, you're going to want to probably go for the kill because it can teleport a lot. And it's worth going for it. So that aggression there is definitely worth it. Now I've got a couple shanks. Gonna have some dregs down below. I'm pretty sure that heavy ammo fell into the radial area, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice my body. Oh, it actually fell on the platform. Nice. Shank. Drag. Ammo. And the overload captain's already down. That overload captain is going to be tricky. So if the overload captain is still up... Oh, this is a cute place to fall. The overload captain is still up. You're just going to have to be very quick on the stun and then unload heavy from somewhere over here. If, say, you can't get a good shot on the overload captain, you got a different heavy, and you can get to the barrier champion, stun it up in the air somewhere. If you ever catch the barrier champion in the air and you get it stunned in the air, because it could be up here and then it can teleport like way down here in the water. So if you ever get a chance of it in the air, just go nuts and go ham. And then for the overload captain, same thing. You're just going to have to play cautious here, go for the stun, and then unload on the heavy again. Don't have a whole lot of ammo at the moment, but we are going to be dealing with one heavy shank in the back. I'm going to stun it once and then try and go for the slow trickle of death. Not the biggest worry over there, since it's void and ranged and not the most accurate. Just watch your health, make sure you don't lose too much. But you don't want to run over there and go for like a finisher, because there's stuff that you want to kill. There, okay. Very dramatic explosion. Now, you got two things. Pop down to this platform. You're going to have a Vandal up top. Usually stuck right up there. There we go. You're also got an Overload Captain that you can barely see from here. Now, even if it's a hand cannon, it does like 1 damage. You just need 3 hits. Make sure your heavy is reloaded. So whether it's 3 or 4, you want to make sure it dies. Stun it. Wait for the explosion. Now, the thing about that Overload Captain, you see how quick it popped its head back up? Something about that Overload Captain, as soon as it stuns, it will, like, continue to fire. So I've been up here, usually. I'll go, like, 1, 2, 3. And then I go for, like, switching to heavy. And by the time I've switched to my heavy weapon, he starts firing. Now, if you have a powerful heavy, you can kind of power through it. And if you have arc resistance, it's probably doable. But, man, he is some weird version of glitched and just always seems to do that. Once you get up here, you're going to have your Wraths. Got some heavy, which is nice. And that just works because, you know, I'm a Sun Warrior with my Titan, and these guys just cook. But be cautious here. You can hop up and down, throw grenades, get a couple pot shots on them. Just, you know, cheese them out until you know they're good. Actually got a little heavy going into this one as opposed to last time when I was basically out. Okay, jump up here. You're going to see some heavy shanks spawn. Or exploder shanks, I mean. Go for the kills on these for now. See if you got them all. Notice you got a barrier and an overload. Overload will typically stay in the back. Barrier will be the one who you want to kind of pull forward. Going to take you a little bit of aggression to do it. Overload's up here, which is going to make life interesting. At some point, the overload will look at you and hopefully pop its shield. If you got heavy ammo, remember, if you're going for the crit, it's just below their normal eye. Big thing about that servitor. Just be ready for the pop. Why the Sundering Blast did not work that time, I will never know why it's unreliable. There we go. Now, don't worry too much about the Overload Captain right now. If you want to stun him, that's fine. But all you're looking to do right now is touch this platform and come back. And gather your thoughts down here. So the Overload Captain, if he's firing, he hurts. You're also going to have some fun buddies up here. Those guys. There's a lot more of them this time. They're going to be fairly aggressive. So, take them all out from range. There's quite a few, so if some are hiding, be cautious. I think that's going to be most of them. Check your heavy reload. Remember, you need at least 3 shots. If I get 3 crits, sometimes I can put him down with a finisher if I'm, like, dead on. Sometimes it takes 4. Now, you'll know the Overload Captain's hanging right here. If you see the little, like, glowy tentacle things, sometimes he's way back there. But right now we got him close, so we're going to put the 1, 2, 3 into him. Get the stun, see if I can find his head. I missed one of the shots, but again, if you can get 3 solid crits, then, you know, we'll be good on the finisher since you can be close. If he's back here, might go for the 4 or 5 shots and you're good. And again, I've done this with grenade launchers because you can dump out about 5 grenades and still get the same finisher on overloads. If you're using a rocket launcher, it seems to take at least 2. So solar rocket launchers, not really my optimal choice here. Xenophage is a fantastic one to use. Eyes of Tomorrow, I honestly could not tell you. Don't even have the weapon. Yeah, Xenophage is just great because you can usually get a decent amount of ammo from the bricks. You can hit these guys a few times, put a good chunk of damage into them. It's fairly reliable. So we're in the boss room now. Gonna have 4 of these dudes hanging out. A couple over here. Somewhere. There's a few ads in here, I promise. Got a little heavy up there on the top. Boss will spawn as soon as those 4 are down, so now you gotta be cautious. Now, I've got heavy this time. So I can put some damage on the boss a little more aggressively than I did last time. Last time I literally had 0, so this was a very, very, very slow process. Big reason you have a Void Scout Rifle and you're like, why the hell do I have this thing? It's for this room specifically. In the back, you've got that guy. And that servitor is going to ruin all your attempts at doing most of what you're hoping to do to the boss, because if the boss and him get close, then you cannot damage the boss without breaking that shield. And it's hard to break that shield without a void weapon. It just is. There's really no 2 ways about it. He's way in the back right now, so I can get a shot or 2 on him. Normally he doesn't stand still like that, I'll be honest. He's usually roaming off to my left. Watch for the grenade throws. Now, here's the issue. Airborne damage hurts a lot, and solar damage is a lot. His shotgun, if he catches you airborne, it's probably like one solid hit and you're done. I've been literally one shot in here. If you're wounded at all, don't move. Best way I can describe this. So again, if you take any damage, peek back. If you see him on shield and you get a shot, you can stagger him, which is nice. There's 4. I got enough to kill him, actually. There's no champion in this section, so if you can kill the boss, you just die. There you go. Give a little wall of fire up there for defense. But again, that thing is not required. Mostly just doing this without even... Oh, there you go. Okay, here's your scout rifle situation to try and take that guy. See, everything's immune back there because can't do anything to it. It's a fun guy. Basically, if you hug this back corner right where I'm standing, most of the time the boss will not get you. Now, I have a clip that I'll show you guys by the time we get close to finishing this, where it did teleport over here in front of me. This is ridiculous, though. Come on. Where are you guys coming from? Sometimes if the grenades won't let you move, you gotta get a little aggressive. Remember, if you get that... Oh, he teleported on me. Jerk. He's like, I'm gonna die. I gotta be cautious like all captains. Big old weenies. Notice I haven't used my super yet. Any subclass could do this. Golden Gun, Dawnblade, clear out rooms, clear champions. Dawnblade would be a little harder, I think. Well of Radiance would almost probably be better for your bonus damage and survivability of putting that damage. Ow. That's the random stuff that'll kill you. You'll be like, oh, I'm totally good. There's a grenade over here, though. I gotta figure out who's throwing the damn grenades. Got the drag. Now, he's down. Do not run out there, because if you're past time, which I have 1 minute and 15 seconds, you could die and not be able to open the chest. You want to make sure enough things are dead, because there's a lot that spawns after he dies. You gotta be cautious. Now, this is when I definitely might use the super, because I made it through everything. But still, to show you guys, this is doable without. I want to see how long it takes some of these things to despawn, if they even despawn, if you really have to kill them all. Ooh, he's trying to go for that back spinning. Spinning back fling. Alright, where's our servitor, buddy? Less things are alive now. Don't teleport. Thank you. Alright, there cannot be much else. You don't have radar, so remember, you gotta be cautious. Now, I'm gonna run up. I just want to check something, because every so often there's like this wave of ads that spawns. Now, maybe they already died. Or maybe they just didn't have to spawn again. But once you kind of get up here, there's some enemies that will just come out of here towards the end of the fight, or maybe when the boss dies. There's just a wave that comes, so be cautious about that. Like right now, when I go to open the chest at 15 minutes, if they killed me here and I hadn't opened the chest, you'd be screwed. But this should be a flawless run. Sadly, no exotic for a flawless. That should be like a guarantee. If you flawless solo a master, you should be guaranteed an exotic. Just my opinion. So, that is solo flawless for, what are we at? Concealed Void. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one in the outtakes. You might see a different version of this while I am gone as well on vacation. But back to the planet surface and we'll wrap this up. But yeah, that wraps this thing up with a flawless run. So if I can do it with a legendary linear fusion rifle, you guys definitely can put some work in. Sleeper probably hits like a truck in here. I have not tried it yet. Xenophage is a very good exotic. Golden Gun, Well of Radiance, Dawnblade, Hammers. You got some good offensive super, or some offensive solar exotics and supers that you guys can use. You do not need to worry about arc. All you got to do is manage solar for the 2 heavy shanks, void for that final servitor so you can keep the boss damage on. And then other than that, you know, barrier and overload, just be patient on those guys, work through them, and just figure out how much damage you need on some of those champions. I have had some fun outtakes. Those are going to be right after this one. So if you guys enjoy those, please drop a like below. If you got a loadout that works for you, drop it below in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed this one, please hit that subscribe button. It's a nice way to support me. Hit that alert bell to see my future stuff. Hopefully make it to you. And you guys can follow me on @Ebontis on Twitter, twitch.tv/Ebontis where I stream. And you can also join the channel on YouTube here as a member if you hit that join button. Thank you guys. Have a good one and good luck. All right, so I got to try and get over here. Wow. Flawless is gone. All right. Now, don't try and jump to get over there. Now, if I gotta, like, deal with this guy over here. Ow. That stings. It's just always dangerous in this. Oh, God. I'm so dead. Ah! Every so often he will do that. Oh. Well, we're at least gonna finish this one, but yep, that flawless is over. If he pops where you can get damage on him, take the moments to do it, but I am running out of ammo. Oh, come on! But if you can stun him, you'll probably kill the dreg that he's hanging out with. And if I can get the stuns inside of this ranged weapon, I am able to kill him from here. Oh, come on, you better come back. Dude, he got his health back that fast. That's crap. And dead. Ah.